Pitou, the first chimera ant born with none. The first we encounter until now, even before the Dark Continent. All of this connects to the hidden power that made her special, a power that allowed her to keep attacking Gon fiercely, even without a head. This brings us to a crazy theory about her and her post-mortem nun. Want to know more about it? Stay tuned until the end, and pay close attention to every detail. I know you're eager to dive into this theory, but before we get into it, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Now imagine the world of Hunter x Hunter, where post-mortem nun has now been revealed, its ability to significantly enhance its user's powers for a specific purpose. This raises the question, what is Pitou's power, and how is it connected to this particular nun? Dr. Blythe will explain more about this power shortly. Pitou was born with an advanced mastery of nun, already putting her at a higher level compared to the other royal guards. Her manipulation ability, combined with immense physical strength and speed, made her a formidable adversary from the very beginning. Her intimidating aura and ability to instill instant fear in her opponents further attest to her innate strength. In short, although all the royal guards are incredibly powerful and loyal to Meruem, Neferpitou is often considered the strongest at birth due to her mastery of nun, manipulation abilities, and impressive physical prowess. Returning to the key point here, both Pitou and Yoshihiro Togashi, the creator of Hunter x Hunter, haven't provided specific details about the origin of the Dr. Blythe technique. However, we can infer some things based on the context and functionality of the ability. Dr. Blythe is a nun technique that falls under the manipulation category. This ability allows Pitou to create a giant medical puppet that uses nun to perform advanced medical procedures, such as healing severe wounds and regenerating limbs. This technique showcases Pitou's precise control over nun and her manipulation skills. Given that Pitou was born with an innate mastery of nun, it's likely she developed this technique based on her needs and instincts as a royal guard. As a dedicated protector of Meruem, Pitou would require both offensive and defensive abilities, including the ability to heal severe injuries to keep the king and his allies in good shape. While Togashi hasn't provided a detailed explanation about the specific origin of Dr. Blythe, the creation and development of nun abilities are generally influenced by the user's personality, experiences, and needs. In Pitou's case, her loyalty and desire to protect the king likely played a crucial role in forming this healing ability. But what if this ability originated directly from the Dark Continent? A way for Pitou to demonstrate, or for the story itself to signal, that post-mortem nun can be recreated. And what if the ants were the key element in a test? Specifically Pitou, with this power that dominates and controls beings. This theory would be insane. Like someone from the Dark Continent itself is manipulating everything and attempting to recreate something similar. Dr. Blythe is an ability that Neferpitou can activate while alive, but there is an interesting interaction between this technique and the concept of post-mortem nun. In Hunter x Hunter, when a nun user dies with strong emotions or unfinished desires, their nun can remain active and even become more powerful. This phenomenon is known as post-mortem nun. In Pitou's case, after her death, she demonstrates the concept of post-mortem nun with her ability Terpsichore, which she uses to manipulate her own body even after death. This is proof of the intensity of her loyalty and desire to protect King Meruem, even beyond death. Although Dr. Blythe is not explicitly activated post-mortem in the series, the phenomenon of post-mortem nun highlights how a user's abilities can continue to pose a threat even after their death. Pitou could theoretically maintain Dr. Blythe in a situation where her emotions and desires were so intense that her nun continued to function to protect or heal Meruem even after her death. This would be an extension of her unshakable will to serve the king. At a certain point after the battle against Netero, the king needed to absorb energy from his royal guard, and thus evolved, gaining understanding of everything. And what if this were the culmination of everything, if he had all 3 royal guards and also absorbed Pitou? Perhaps the plan of whoever was behind it all would come to fruition. The creation of post-mortem then could be completed and perhaps used by the king. Who knows? What do you think about all this? It's truly insane to think about, isn't it? We know that after the fight against Netero and the explosion of the miniature rose, King Meruem absorbed the powers of the 2 royal guards, Sheapoof, Poof, and Mentith Yupi Yupi. This occurred when Poof and Yupi, realizing the severity of Meruem's injuries, sacrificed their own lives to feed the king and restore his vitality. By absorbing the power and life essence of Poof and Yupi, Meruem gained additional abilities and became even more powerful. This absorption not only restored Meruem's health, but also amplified his strength and capabilities, making him an even greater threat. The abilities and loyalty of the royal guards were transferred to Meruem, further cementing his status as the most powerful being in the Chimera Ant arc. This absorption demonstrates the royal guard's absolute devotion to Meruem, willing to sacrifice everything to ensure the king's survival and power. It was a crucial moment that showcased the depth of the relationships between Meruem and his guards, as well as their unwavering determination to maintain the supremacy of the Chimera Ants. And if Pitou were present to fulfill her purpose, the world would be doomed, and the one responsible for bringing the ants from the Dark Continent would emerge. Who knows? Let's dive deeper into what we are talking about, more about the ants and everything that surrounds them. There are many hidden secrets on both sides, which will be revealed as the manga progresses, right? Neferpitou, better known as Pitou, is one of King Meruem's royal guards. What makes Pitou so special and intriguing is the fact that she is the first royal guard born with none. In a world where the Chimera Ants were still discovering their own abilities, Pitou's birth with none marked a significant turning point. None, as we know, is an advanced technique of vital energy manipulation that grants its users superhuman abilities. For Pitou, possessing this ability from birth places her on a higher level compared to other Chimera Ants. The Nun categories include Enhancer, Emitter, Transmuter, Conjurer, Manipulator, and Specialist. Pitou's Nun category is Manipulation, which allows her to control living beings and objects. This ability is fundamental to her techniques, such as Dr. Blythe and Terpsichore. Pitou's strength is truly impressive. From the moment she first appears, it's clear that she's no ordinary opponent. Her aura is so intense that it instantly causes fear and respect. Pitou's unwavering loyalty to King Meruem is another crucial aspect of her personality. From the beginning, she demonstrates absolute devotion to her king, willing to sacrifice anything to protect him and ensure his well-being. This loyalty is seen on several occasions throughout the saga, where Pitou doesn't hesitate to face any threat to the king with relentless ferocity. One of Pitou's most remarkable abilities is her advanced Nun. She possesses several powerful techniques, each showcasing her mastery over this vital energy. The Dr. Blythe ability is particularly impressive. With this technique, Pitou can create a giant medical puppet that can heal severe wounds and regenerate limbs. This not only shows her combat capability, but also highlights her crucial role in the king's protection and recovery. Another fascinating power of Pitou is her Terpsichore ability, where she manipulates her own body, or others like a puppet, drastically enhancing their physical and combat capabilities. This technique, combined with her brute strength and speed, makes her an almost invincible opponent on the battlefield. Pitou's puppets, created from her Nun, are extensions of her own will and demonstrate her incredible control and manipulation abilities. The Chimera Ants are an exotic species that originated from the Dark Continent, a place known for its dangerous creatures and hostile environments. The Dark Continent is an unexplored territory full of mysteries, where only the bravest and strongest hunters dare to venture. By evolving and assimilating traits from other species, including humans, the Chimera Ants have become one of the greatest threats in the Hunter x Hunter universe. The potential evolution of Pitou is a fascinating topic to explore. Considering her already impressive start with none, the possibilities for her growth are endless. If she hadn't been defeated, Pitou could have continued to develop her nun abilities, becoming even more powerful, and perhaps even discovering new techniques. The nature of nun allows for continuous evolution, and with Pitou's dedication and loyalty, there's no doubt that she would have become an even more formidable adversary over time. Pitou's loyalty to the king is also her greatest weakness. Her blind devotion to Meruem leads her to make decisions that ultimately result in her downfall. Pitou's tragic end is one of the most emotional moments in Hunter x Hunter. During the battle against Gon, she shows just how far she is willing to go to protect the king, even knowing it might cost her life. Gon's transformation into an adult version of himself, driven by his anger and desire for revenge, results in an epic confrontation where Pitou, despite her incredible strength, is ultimately defeated. The most significant moment for Pitou occurs during the confrontation with Gon. The scene is intense and emotionally charged, with Gon unleashing his full nun potential to avenge Kite's death. Pitou, in turn, realizes the threat Gon poses and prepares for the fight. During the battle, Pitou demonstrates her exceptional strength and abilities, but Gon's transformation into an adult warrior exceeds her expectations. Consumed by rage and vengeance, Gon fights with fierce intensity, putting all his vital energy into the battle. This extreme sacrifice by Gon is a testament to his determination, but also comes at a devastating cost for his future. The battle culminates in Pitou's defeat, but not before she demonstrates her post-death nun ability. Even after her death, Pitou's will to protect Meruem is so strong that her nun remains active, making her a continuous threat. This post-death nun ability is a clear demonstration of the concept explored by Togashi, where nun can become even more powerful when fueled by intense emotions and unfulfilled desires. And so, we conclude another video about this spectacular being whose existence was entirely erased by another beast, even more terrifying. In the next videos, we might bring something about Gon. Stay tuned, and thank you so much for watching until the end.